There it is. Guys, welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show.
Hello.
I'm Anthony Tocha. He's Shane Diefenbach.
Yeah, I am.
He is Shawn
The Phoenix
DePaz.
Suns
He is a
suck.
shell of Shawn
The
DePaz.
Phoenix Suns
He's a
suck.
shell of Shawn DePaz?
He's a shell of Shawn
Phoenix
DePaz.
Suns suck.
Say,
Hey.
Come on, we don't-
Hey. I do want to read in Zone and Arizona's comment because my goodness, it is
can
hilarious.
we try to? This is the last time we're going to talk about the Suns.
I will do my absolute darndest.
I've been on 4 shows.
That's fair. That's fair. That is absolutely fair. That man DA is so evil. His nickname is Satan. God. Zone in Arizona. That was just phenomenal. Charles in the chat. Loud noises. Yes, Charles. Loud noises. Before we get into ASU basketball and all the fun that surrounds a decent basketball team, how's everybody doing today? Forgetting what happened last night, just how's Friday cooking?
In a vacuum, I'm fine.
Okay.
Weekend time, nothing on the weekend.
Nothing
that
on
I
the
have
weekend.
to do. Actually, I'm going to a graduation party.
Graduation?
Yeah, and then I'm going to dinner, but like nothing like no work related anything.
Where are you going to dinner?
What's it called?
Fire at will.
Fire at Will.
Whoa.
I'm trying to go to Fire. That sounds,
Fire at Will sounds
Sounds
terrifying.
like from the makers of Black Rifle Coffee comes Fire at Will.
Oh, God.
Woo! Sean, what are you doing? You going to a dinner
You
at
guys
a...
want to come?
Not really, actually.
Sit at a different table?
Yeah. It sounds
kinda.
like... Yeah, I'm not going to even get into it.
You know, nothing.
You're wearing socks and slides today.
I am.
That's awesome. I haven't worn socks and slides in so long. I used to wear them all the time.
I'll do it.
I had these like memory foam socks and slides.
I
Dude.
don't like memory foam slides.
Yeah, I liked them in high school
Well,
because my feet always hurt.
actually, I don't mind them. It's just that a lot of times when you do it, they get extra puff up here, and then it's hard for the sock to slide through. The sock to slide
Slock.
through. Yeah, I don't know.
No.
Keep my.
The slock is something they serve at your military dinner that you're going to. Let's talk Arizona State
Oh, shit, that was
basketball
good.
just for a little bit.
Let's talk about it for a while. Like
For
hours.
like an hour?
Hours.
I don't want to talk about it for hours. I might get sick.
Frankie Collins.
Before we get to the man whose name is Frankie Collins, let's talk about the big man that is no longer
man.
the big man.
Now one of my mortal enemies.
He's one of your mortal enemies.
I'm sorry. That's what happens.
Yeah.
When you're a tall man and you transfer to tech.
Yeah, he's. You know what he is? He's now a stockholder in Fire at Will. Red Raider.
Let's pull up the tweet. Warren Washington announcing his commitment today to Texas Tech.
Ooh, damn. Tech's got those Arizona
All
Cardinals
he did
uniforms.
Was a hashtag Wreckham.
Boo.
How do we feel about the
That's
big
their
man?
thing?
Boo.
What?
Wreckham, yeah.
I'd never heard
Yeah.
that.
Wreckham.
How do we feel about big man Warren Washington leaving the state of Arizona?
Texas Tech is going to be so bad.
Yeah.
No, like
it's crazy how far they've fallen. How
I don't know
fast.
how many players they have. Like, I don't know if they have a roster yet.
They were good, I feel like, just a few years
Yeah.
ago.
Dude, they went to the
National
national championship with
yeah.
Mac McClung.
Yeah, they were real good, and then they got real bad real
McClung
fast.
was on
I'm
that
saying-
team?
Yeah,
That's
after he
crazy.
transferred from Georgetown.
So
Bum. I
that's
hate him.
probably my best betting story of all time. Was betting on Texas Tech to win the title that year, and I put them in my bracket and I had them winning in my bracket, and then they obviously lost. But I won a ton of money in my bracket, and I bet on them every single game in that March Madness, and they won me so much money.
Yeah, I think ultimately, and look, whatever happens with Texas Tech is what it is. Obviously, I wish Warren, and I think we all wish Warren the best. You want to see him succeed. Maybe Shawn doesn't. Shawn doesn't.
I mean,
want Warren
individually,
Washington.
I don't want you to fail, but if you could drop, like, if you go 20-20 and Tech loses every game by 20, I'll be happy. That's an ideal situation.
Texas
Raise your
Black.
draft stock, lower
Zone in
Texas.
Arizona is just
Texas is
firing them
broken.
away.
Yeah,
dude.
I've never heard that one either. Texas Black.
Keep them coming, Ken. Keep them coming.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it is what it is, I guess. Like, I feel like it's either a lateral move or a step down. I think when you see some of these guys...
This is the Big 12 rivalry that never was.
Yeah, well, at least in
Or has
football.
yet.
I think with some of the guys that have transferred, right? Like a DJ Horn, we understand the decision to go to NC State, getting closer to home. The Devin Cambridge, you could argue that it's a step up.
Stop it.
You could argue it.
Not a step up for what he wants.
Yeah, maybe he thinks so. But I really don't see a reason why Warren Washington goes and makes this move to Texas Tech unless it's for NIL. It is certainly not a school that is going to get you to the league.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's I don't remember that.
Not a school that, at least over the last couple of seasons, is going to elevate you to the NCAA tournament. So this feels like it's an NIL move. I know there was a lot of discussion with him about the league, about, playing overseas strictly for money.
We don't want to say this is the sole reason why he transferred, but from the stuff we have heard, at
just
least
feels like it.
It sounded like his biggest priority was to start making money.
Yeah,
well, yeah.
And-
Because I mean,
and go get your bag. If
100%.
If your Texas Tech is your bag, though,
Yeah.
I am not a fan of you anymore, but it has nothing to do with you wanting money. It's just because you're wearing
just
red
because
and black.
where you're getting your money.
Yes,
Texas Tech.
Who you're getting it from?
Now, what's worse for you, Georgetown? If you would have transferred to Georgetown, would that be worse than Texas Tech?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and basketball for sure. 100%.
Okay. What other sport?
Well, I mean, football exists.
Does Georgetown have a football
I don't
team?
think Georgetown is a football
They do.
team.
They're FCS, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. The more you
I mean,
know.
yeah, I wasn't really. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not worried about transfer from ASU to Georgetown football.
That would be
That's for damn
a
sure.
step down, a big step down. Okay, enough about players that have left. Let's talk about a player who it seems day by day that he could be coming back. Frankie Collins, we obviously touched on the graphic that ASU had dropped the other day in terms of their tournament that they're going to be having in Las Vegas. Obviously, ASU, NC State, Vanderbilt, and BYU are part of that tournament. Frankie was on that graphic. We know that Frankie still has his name entered into the 2023 NBA draft, but it looks more so that he is going to be returning to Arizona State. Obviously, see what he posts on Twitter. But I saw you had quote retweeted this video this morning.
Dude.
Let's go ahead and play it.
Sean, have you seen this?
No.
Dude. I mean, I know we know his potential, but some of the shit he's doing in this is so disgusting.
You know, my favorite part of this is he's doing it in the bicycle coach shirt.
Yep.
That was my favorite part. He looks ready. Is the best way that I can put
his
it.
jumper looks
and
more
I feel like,
controlled. It looks more compact almost.
And I feel like he's probably coming into this with a little more with a chip on his shoulder because everyone abandoned him. Like everyone left him. And so he's probably being like, I guess I got to put this game on my back now.
God.
Yeah, dude,
he is a baller. Like in the purest form of the word. Like he has a bag, and that bag is deep.
Yeah.
I mean, I never put stock in highlight tapes, but it shows you what he's capable of.
Yeah.
And like that's what you got to take away from this.
I just want to be
kind of new.
I want to be excited about a player that is coming on this team because we know how many guys that will be on this roster next year that we haven't seen yet.
Well, I would say, if anything, like you could be excited about everybody because you don't know what you're getting with anybody. Like,
yeah, but see
I feel 100%.
Like,
I feel
we saw Shawn Phillips tape in circa 2020. Like, awesome, cool. What can you do for me right now?
Yeah.
And we saw what Frankie did for ASU at times last year.
He flashes.
But those flashes need to turn into a full thunder fucking storm.
and those flashes
thunder fucking storm
can't be counterproductive to ASU being successful.
Yeah.
Like we saw a bunch of times when he was scoring or really involved in the scoring part of the offense, ASU ended up not winning those games. So
Chris says, I'm here for fun and basketball in the same sentence. I'm here for love and basketball.
Love and basketball?
I'm here
Great
for
movie. Have you not seen that?
No.
I have. Great movie. Yeah, it is a good movie. I'm not going to blame you for not having seen it because I hadn't seen it until about a year ago.
Sports movie guy.
It's not really a sports movie.
Yeah.
That's really surprising.
Outside of Remember the Titans, that's really like the only one that I really fuck with.
It's not really a sports movie though.
It's about love and basketball.
It's like basketball's a part of it, but it's more of like a rom-com.
It's a romance movie.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't
think
even know
I've
if it's a
seen
rom-com.
3
It's
sports
it's
movies.
a romance. It's like a drama romance.
Yeah.
I haven't seen many sports
Romance.
movies, to be honest with you.
You should watch The Express.
The Polar Express?
No, The Express with Ernie Davis.
JJ
Have
in
you
the
seen
chat.
Moneyball?
Huh?
You seen
No.
Great
JJ in the
movie.
chat. Question for the show. Given the returning talent and the incoming freshmen in the conference next season, chances Frankie can be an all-pack player. I think Frankie has the potential to be an all-pack player.
Who is the point guard in this conference now?
The point guard?
The point guard. You got to put your love affair away for a little bit.
It might be, though. It might be. Like,
Well-
just trying to think. Again, I'm not too familiar with all the transfers across,
Yeah, that's the hard part.
but
But in terms of like Tiger's gone.
yeah, finally. Jeez.
10th
year of eligibility.
I mean, Kylan will be starting point guard for UA.
The point guard, is Bronny a shooting guard or a point?
Oh, they have 2 5-star point guards coming in.
Oh, they do. Yeah, they have the number Isaiah Collier. This is the number 1 recruit in the country.
Yeah, according to
ESPN, maybe.
Look, he's definitely got the tools. He's got the tools, the talent, and I think
On
he's got
three.
the drive to want to be,
Well, and that's why he might have the
player.
experience advantage. Going into his 3rd year and obviously 1 year of full-blown Pac-12 basketball.
This is what was so fun when I was watching that video is he was a true sophomore last year.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, this man can be good. If he stays
He seems like the kind of guy that will dominate. He will be like
not even next year,
a really good 5th year,
Yes,
or something like
yes,
that. Like he's
yeah.
gonna be like, how have you been here so long? I feel like you've been here forever, but now you're Tiger Campbell.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, he plays with chaotic energy, but it's really controlled.
He's a chaotic Tiger Campbell.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's no reason he can't be.
He's a more athletic Tiger
Yeah,
Campbell.
there's no reason he can't be what Tiger was.
Yeah, you just,
last year,
the
the
jump
year
shot
before.
just.
Well, it's
needs
funny because
to,
they grew up. They grew up
Yeah,
together.
exactly,
They're
yeah.
playing together, training together. So it's
Obviously, they're both like
similar build.
undersized guards.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, yeah, the biggest thing is just getting that jump shot to be consistent.
Yeah.
If he can get respect on his jumper from opposing defenses,
It's gonna make everybody
that
better.
opens up the offense so much.
It is going to make every single person on this roster better.
Unrelated, but college basketball related. Wagner just got Central Arkansas transfer. Churchill Bounds.
That's a name. Someone's
His name is
Churchill
Churchill
Bounds.
Bounds.
Not Churchill Downs.
Nope, Churchill Bounds.
That is
According to
wild.
John Rothstein, that's the name he tweeted out. Churchill Bounds.
Talk about somebody who doesn't sleep. My God, he is like
He's sleeping
indulging
May.
in
No, he's-
college
He's
basketball.
sleeping,
May.
he's sleeping right now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's okay. My
Right.
bad. My bad. JJ in the chat. Remy Martin's best season as a Sun Devil came as a junior. Zone in Arizona with another one. Aiden needs to watch Airbud. Hey, man, he just doesn't have that dog
He
in
needs to
him.
watch
Doesn't have that dog in
He
him.
needs
the
to
way
watch
Airbud did. I think this, and I feel like I'm talking myself into this, but
That's what we do here.
if Frankie Collins can elevate his game, right? If he can continue to develop at what we saw in flashes last season, and I'm going to make an ASU football comparison just because that's kind of my bread and butter, right? Is I feel like last season you saw what he could be as a basketball player, as a point guard, both from a scoring perspective at times and both from a facilitator. The flashes for me were reminiscent of a guy like Daniel Ngata, right? Who it felt like anytime he touched the football, like something fun was about to happen, right? He was explosive. The talent was definitely there. It just felt like, he needed to get maybe more reps. The system wasn't necessarily built for him. And then probably a big one, he just needed to develop his game a little bit more, right? So I think Frankie Collins has the potential to go from a Daniel Ngata to an Xavier Valade, a guy that can carry a team for an entire season and can truly make everybody else better on the court simply because he is viewed as a number one threat.
Frankie Collins can go from a Frankie Collins to a Frankie Collins. Like,
He did in the tournament.
yeah, I mean, JJ brings up a good point. Remy's best season as a Sun Devil came as a junior.
Yeah.
Hey, look, everything that we've seen from him, I really like. It's just taking that next step and making everything that much better. And as I said, the jump shot is huge because that opens up a lot for not only the offense but himself. And I think the decision making is the next thing that needs to come because the athleticism is off the fucking charts.
Yeah.
The dude was talk about flash. He was the one shining moment for ASU last year. Literally, like he was the one shining moment in one shining moment. Like, I'm
not even so much worried about him developing a shot. If he can figure out how to finish consistently and hey, if he can figure out how to
a disembodied voice for a
if he
second.
can figure out how to finish consistently, like he could be a problem for defenses there because if he can get to the rim and he can dish to guys in the corner, if Alonzo Gaffney is sitting in the corner and can hit threes from the corner consistently, and teams have to respect his ability or Frankie's ability to finish, and he can get out there and talking about Shane's, or Shane was saying with his decision making. If he can hone that and his ability to finish, he can get to the basket, dish to guys in the corner, stuff like that.
Is that
like, he could be effective?
Is that what's going to unlock Alonzo Gaffney if he's sitting down in the corner?
Yes.
You have to unlock Alonzo Gaffney?
Well, is that what's going to
From the
unlock his
seat.
game?
Well,
Because he said if he's sitting in the corner, what if he was sitting down?
Sit him on the
From the
bench.
three-point line.
Sit him on the bench.
Well, he's probably going to be starting there.
Well, if he's sitting on the bench, he's out of bounds.
True.
Who's the bounds guy
So you
you
gotta
just
put
made?
a chair on the seat?
A chair on the
Churchill
court?
bounds.
No, you just sit on the
bounds.
hardwood.
Oh, yeah, I guess yeah.
Okay. Well, moving on from Frankie Collins and the tall man that is now at Texas Tech. Another Texas update. You guys remember the NCAA tournament at all? You talked about the one shining moment. No, you don't
No,
really.
it doesn't ring a bell.
No, not at all.
Purple. I remember purple.
You remember just flashes of purple,
flashes
and then
of
it was
purple.
over.
Yeah.
That's terrifying, to be honest with you. What about you? Do you remember?
I remember Navy.
You remember Navy?
The color Navy, not the school.
No, yeah, I got you.
I remember Will Baker being bad.
I remember embarrassing Nevada, and then I blacked out after that.
Oh, okay.
Nothing
Well,
else
just to
happened.
refresh your
I
memory.
remember Jalen Conyers buying him ice cream.
I do remember that.
I do remember that too.
And then
wow, that feels like an
and then
eternity
depression.
ago. And then depression?
Yeah.
And then flashes of purple, yeah. So, if you don't remember, TCU knocked ASU. Yeah, there you go. They knocked them out of the NCAA tournament. ASU was up at half, 44-37. Looked like ASU was going to be able to sneak out of the round of 64. TCU ended up winning that game by 2. And it looks like we are going to have a regular season rematch between these two teams. Reportedly slated for December 16th at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas. Should be interesting to see these two teams back on the court. Obviously, a lot of roster turnover for both schools. How do you guys feel just about a regular season matchup between these two teams? Obviously, getting the NCAA tournament rematch.
Thank God, because that takes one more Texas Southern away from ASU.
Yeah.
Bobby Hurley's non-conference schedule has been buns and cheeks.
Although
it's been
the Texas Southern one,
the
Texas Southern one
my goodness.
is not getting rid of because it's part of the SWAT Classic. So we'll
you know
still
what I
be,
mean.
Yeah, but I mean, they'll still
buns and cheeks.
They have to play Texas Southern regardless.
Okay, Mr. Technicality. You know what I meant. They're not playing. It takes one more bad team off the schedule. Like who'd they thomp when I was in Vegas? San Diego. The University of San Diego. That takes that team away. Like you get one more game against a team that means something. So when you're 18-0 coming into conference play, you're at least a little bit battle tested.
Yeah.
I love it.
JJ bringing up a good point. Seems odd to have, quote, neutral site games first year in Fort Worth, second in Phoenix, in the cities that these teams play in. I don't understand it either.
Yeah, because it's not like ASU fans are filling up.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine by me because ASU, to be honest with you, they play better at neutral sites than they do at home. So maybe this is Bobby Hurley.
Bobby neutral site Hurley.
Yeah, he's just thinking outside of the box here. Or maybe this was just Frankie Collins saying, hey, if we're going to play TCU again, let's do it at a neutral site. We play better.
Well, they played it they were at
No, yeah, I know. But that was one of their only losses at a neutral. I think that might have been their only neutral site loss all season long.
Outside of
the Pac-12 tournament. Yeah. So two neutral site losses.
What, 2-4 or 2-2 at neutral sites?
No. They had won a bunch of neutral site games.
Yeah, because they had won the 2 in the Michigan
whole tournament that they had at the start of the season.
Yeah, 2 games,
and then Creighton in Vegas.
I think they were 4-2 on neutral sites.
Yeah, and then they had obviously beat Oregon State and USC in the
Pac-12 tournament. Then they were 6-2.
Yeah, they had a decent.
Okay.
Jose, get him my haircut. Barbara laughing. I hope he doesn't mess up.
Doug,
what?
Jose confuses me because I feel like he is just going through his everyday life, like just
with his phone open.
Hopefully you don't do it when you're driving.
He's got like the
Wasn't
Google
Jose
Glass.
washing dishes while listening to the show recently?
Mm-hmm.
Who was watching us in the shower?
That
Jalen Graham.
was Jalen Graham. That was
Arizona State. Gerald apparently in the corner.
Gerald was like, "Oh no, not talking about me."
Gotcha.
Just told on myself.
Arizona State former center Jalen Graham, Gerald Bourguet, watching us in the shower.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's just talk about BetMGM after that because I don't really have a great transition from watching the Sun Devil show in the shower.
I have placed bets in the shower.
Have you?
Yep.
Did you win those bets?
Were
they clean?
They were clean, but I felt dirty.
Okay. That's totally fair, I guess. Guys, we tell you every single day, but I'm going to tell you again. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM, use bonus code PHNX. There's a few different offers depending on where you reside. But for our Arizona audience, you guys are going to get up to $100 in bonus bets on your first wager with BetMGM. Again, make sure you use that bonus code PHNX. Check out the show notes for full details. I'd tell you guys all about my bets last night, but they all included the Suns winning. And they all also included Jason Tatum actually showing up outside of the fourth quarter. So instead, here's Shane's voice.
Disclaimer, 21 plus to wager. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in Washington, D.C., Mississippi, Nevada, New York, and Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369, New York. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP, Arizona. 1-800-522-4700, Kansas, Nevada. 1-800-327-5050, Massachusetts. 1-800-BETS-OFF, Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help, Michigan.
So we've talked about our favorite teachers before on the show, right?
We have?
Miss Ratter.
Yeah.
Miss
I've
Ruff.
changed my favorite teacher. It is Luka and Nikola Jokic.
I thought they were your
They've
dad.
taught me. No, they're my teachers.
They're not his dad.
Yeah,
they're DA's dad.
Yeah,
And
they're
Booker's
Son's
dad.
dad.
They're DA's daddy.
They're Booker's daddy.
Oh,
That.
And they've taught me how to. They've taught me how to deal with defeat,
yeah.
sadness, sorrow.
Lessons that
yeah.
you figure you'd learn.
Teacher Appreciation Week was this week.
The first time.
Shout out Four Peaks for doing that. You can still nominate teachers, I believe, at Four Peaks.
Yeah, today's the last day.
fourpeaksbrew.org. Right, that's it.
No, 4peaks4teachers.org.
4peaksforteachers.org. Do that. And you can check out at Four Peaks Brew and at Four Peaks Pub to keep up with the latest at Arizona's hometown brewery. I'm going to be drinking a lot of Four Peaks today because we're hanging out by the Pizzle.
You called it the Pizzul the other day, and I didn't like that.
I didn't call it
the
Piz.
again.
No,
yeah, you did.
no, I
you
didn't.
said Piz something
No,
the other day.
yeah, but it wasn't about the
It was
pool.
a pizzle pop.
Pizzle. Oh, I like that less.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh,
Slurp on a Pizzle Pop.
No.
Anyway,
Do not, though.
we're going to drink a lot of beer, and we're going to be drinking Four Peaks. So go drink some Four Peaks. Some
Do it.
Four Peaks.
4 Peaks. Get it in your esophagus.
Must be 21 years or older to get it in your esophagus, and please get it in your esophagus responsibly.
Yeah. Get it in your esophagus.
Just to cover all bases. Must be 21 years or older to drink Four Peaks, and please drink responsibly.
Yes. Do that. Let's talk about ASU football.
Oh no! Stop talking about that Alonzo Verge game, JJ.
He's hiding. I'll tell you when it's gone. You might be there a
It's gonna
while.
take a
This chat's
while.
moving slow, so it might be up for a
More
while.
comments, please.
Guys, Caleb Williams is trending. Do you know why Caleb Williams is trending?
Because he's the same height as Tua Tagovailoa.
No, that's day 3 now. 3 straight days where you have brought up Tua on this show.
Well, they're the same
Don't
height.
do it a 4th day.
I just typed in Alonzo Gaffney on my computer. I have no idea why.
Were you trying to type Verge?
Oh,
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, Caleb Williams is
I have
trending
no idea
because he is. I mean, at this point, everybody has him mocked to go first overall next
The
year.
Arizona Cardinals.
Whoever ends up with that first overall pick, whether it be the Cardinals, whether it be the Denver Broncos, the Raiders potentially, literally everybody has Caleb Williams mocked there. Obviously, he's coming back to USC. Him and Bronny, obviously, just at the same school is going to be wild. The reason I bring up Caleb Williams is because there are a lot of talented players on this ASU offense, this ASU football team, really in general. So Caleb Williams mocked to go first overall. We've seen the Pac-12. Just in terms of the NFL draft, it's been a couple years, it feels like, since they have really, I don't know, taken the draft by storm.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was the Josh Rosen year, the Sam Darnold year, and those haven't panned out too incredibly well for the Pack. Depends who you ask, I guess.
Sam Darnold's about to lead the Niners to a 12-win
Sam
season.
Darnold, you mean Brock Purdy?
No, Sam Darnold's going to be the starter.
Sam Darnold's not on the Niners.
Yeah, he is.
Sam Darnold is a Carolina Panther, my friend.
Dude, are you serious? Sam Darnold.
Or is that Andy Dalton? I'm thinking of a
Sam
different
Darnold was a Carolina
Yeah,
Panther.
he was.
Is he on the
He's-
Niners?
he's
Sam
on the
Darnold's on
Niners.
the Niners?
I missed that completely.
Really? Sam Darnold's going to start the season for the Niners before Brock Purdy comes back. Are you guys serious?
Dude, I got my
That's
gingers
crazy.
mixed up.
Casual.
That's my bad.
Yeah, I most certainly am a casual Sam Darnold.
No,
San
I'm a
Francisco
casual
49ers fan.
Sam Darnold fan.
Casual. Looked up Alonzo Verge to see how many points. It was 43 out of 56 that game.
That is pretty
Off the
crazy.
bench.
That is actually wild.
And they lost by 40 to St. Mary's.
Stop it.
Yeah, that's why I
Just
just.
fuck schools from California.
It's
hate
okay.
'em all.
It's okay. Just shield your eyes. So back to ASU football.
Yeah, sorry about that.
All good. The last ASU football players to go in the first round, respectively, was Brandon Ayuk in 2020 and N'Keal Harry.
Oof.
Those were the last guys to go in the first round for Arizona State. Is there anyone on this ASU football roster that you think could maybe creep into the first round of the 2024 NFL draft? If so, who and why?
I don't know about this year because he might stay another year if he's not a mock to first round guy, but I would assume he's an NFL guy. It's Elijah Badger, obviously.
Yeah.
I think he's the highest potential. And he reminds me a little bit of Ayuk in terms of not just their play style is somewhat similar, but also just how, everybody in the ASU's bubble knows how good he can be.
Yeah.
But he's not really mocked as a first day talent or even a second day talent yet.
Yeah.
And I think you give this guy a year where, he has 1,000 yards, multiple touchdowns, and a game winner over in Oregon. Then, I think then you can be a first round guy. Shut it over there.
Do you think he's solidified as a day 2 guy right now, like a second round, third round guy?
I don't know. I'm not exactly sure where he'd be mocked.
Okay. I think, look, Elijah Badger has serious potential. I am excited to see what he could do. Hopefully, crossing my fingers with a full year with one quarterback, as opposed to having to deal with, just the constant switching that they had with Emory Jones and then Bourguet. So I'm hoping you just get one quarterback, whether that be Bourguet or Pine or even Rashada. Right now, though, it looks like it's Bourguet's job to really lose. I think you'll learn a lot about Elijah Badger, and I think NFL teams will learn a lot about Elijah Badger, given the way he responds to all of the other talent on the team, right? It is one thing to rack up 70 catches and I want to say 600 plus receiving yards and a handful of touchdowns when you are quite literally the number one option, and your number two option doesn't really show himself or doesn't get the opportunity to show himself until midway through the season. Yep. Now going into really, I'll say, year 2 of the Elijah Badger quote-unquote experiment.
It's not an experiment. It's an experience.
Experience. There you go. You've got guys that have solidified themselves, and a Jalen Conyers as one of the best tight ends, not only in the Pac-12, but in the nation. You've got an Xavier Guillory, who, again, if we're talking about the ASU bubble, everybody who has seen him knows just how good he can be. And then even in the Pac-12, people know who Jordan Tyson is. They know what he's capable of. Yeah. And then you throw into the mix guys like a Scatabo or to Carlos Brooks, Javen Jacobs. Like the options are endless. So to see what kind of numbers he can put up, not only with one quarterback, but the numbers that he could put up consistently while having, the quarterback has other mouths to feed pretty much on this team. So I think you'll learn a lot about him. I think he has potential to go first round. I think he's probably, the way Jalen Strong was, I think there were a lot of local people that thought Jalen Strong had the potential to go first round, ended up getting drafted by the Texans in round 3. I think you could probably see that for Elijah Badger. I think the highest potential of anybody on this team is probably Jalen Conyers.
I mean, I don't even think that needs to be. It should be. Everybody should know that.
The only problem with him is if Brock Bowers is going to be the first tight end off the board, or is it going to be another team that needs a tight end?
With Bo. Whoa, I think Bro.
Yeah. So this is what's crazy. This year's tight end class was good. Like it was really good, and we saw 2 tight ends go in the first round.
Just one.
No, just one.
Okay, but 3 tight ends go in the first 35 picks because 2 went off the board almost immediately in the start of the second round. This tight end class.
I stand with you, Michael Mayer.
This tight end class, he was the 3rd tight end taken. That's hilarious.
I just stand with Michael Mayer. Fuck the Raiders.
A lot of oppression, Michael Mayer. I stand with you. This tight end class coming up this year is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think he could be the 2nd tight end taken off the board. And I think he'd tell you that Bowers is an absolute freak.
I mean, I think he said it before.
And I think he'd also tell you that there is the only concern in terms of Jalen Conyers' game, and I think he'd be the first one to tell you, is his ability to run block. And if he can develop that, then I think he can solidify himself as a back end of the first round type of talent. If he doesn't, then again, I think it is a day 2 guy.
If he shows enough, it doesn't matter what you can do. He's just going to be a glorified receiver like Kyle Pitts was.
Yeah.
Like Kyle Pitts, no one gave a shit that he couldn't block.
No, yeah,
the dude was a freak.
You're right.
He was a freak. So
the only thing that hurts him though is like there is already a Kyle Pitts in this draft. If he were to declare next year,
Brock Bowers can do everything though. Brock Bowers is
but no, when I say Kyle Pitts, I mean he's your unicorn tight end that's your guy.
Yeah, but I think the tight end position is so sought after what you've seen can be unlocked in an offense with a guy like a Kittle or a Kelsey. Like I get what you're saying for sure. Like there's that clear number 1 guy, but I mean, if he does what like 90% of what we think he's going to do, I don't think it's going to matter where his.
Yeah, I think those 2 guys for sure are going. I don't think they get past round 3, and if they do, whoever gets them is getting a steal in either one of them. Defensively, because I think offensively, that's probably all you're going to get in terms of the first 3 rounds. Again, I'd love to see what Xavier Guillory can do against guys that aren't wearing maroon and gold. Same with Jordan Tyson. Want to see how he comes back from his injury, and some of the other guys obviously out there with serious potential. Defensively, is there anybody that you think can maybe climb? Obviously not into the first round because I don't think there's any first round talent guys on that defense, but maybe into a day 2?
I mean, I think just based off his size, you look at a guy like Ro Torrance. Like if he has a really good year, because he's gonna have to play against some pretty good talent. You just look how tall and long that motherfucker is. Like if he has a good year, I could see his draft stock rising again. Obviously not the first round. And then, I mean, Jordan Clark is a tough one because of his size, but I mean, that dude is a fucking competitor, and I think he's gonna have an opportunity to make a big impact this year.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how this season could affect him. But yeah, I mean, Rowe, just a guy with that kind of size who's going to be going up against a lot of #1 receivers in this conference. If he has a big year, I could see his draft stock or building some kind of draft stock.
Yeah, I mean, him and Tariq Woolen are really comparable in size, just not speed. Tariq Woolen is, they call him Avatar for a reason. But he went to UTSA. Like,
if you're good, they'll find you.
Exactly.
It's the NFL. They'll make sure
he was a 5th round pick.
And he was from the SEC. Like, Rowe played in the SEC, played at Auburn. I'm sure people know.
I also think we're going to see a lot more from him this year. He's your prototypical NFL outside corner.
And I also don't think he was like that great last year. Like, I think he probably has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. I think he probably would say he could have done better last year.
He had some good stats though in terms of PBUs, but I mean, he's just built like an outside corner in the NFL, and he could do a lot more than that. So, but yeah, JC would be. He's going to have to show something special. I think it's hard to take a risk on a guy that undersized, but I mean, it doesn't matter if you're as good as we know he can be. So,
and I mean, there's obviously the linebacker core and the defensive line is a little bit of a question mark, but there's guys with like the physical talent, the physical size to be NFL players. It's obviously just, are they going to develop into that? But in terms of guys that I think are a guy that is more surefire to have a chance in the NFL, I think Rowe is definitely there.
Rowe is definitely a good one. I mean, you mentioned guys with just the sheer size of an NFL player. Clayton Smith could definitely develop into one of those guys. JC is interesting. It's a total pipe dream, but give me Jordan Clark to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's rebuild the beautiful years of the Steelers defense with the Suns. Obviously, Joey Porter Jr. going to Pittsburgh. It'd be awesome to have Jordan Clark there as well. I don't think Troy Polamalu's kids are quite ready for the NFL or college
speaking
yet.
Of kids, are all of it's athletic kids. Is all of college basketball going to be run by the sons of? Like you look at like USA basketball team, like all of their players are. You have Carlos Boozer's sons. You have Riza's son. You have fucking somebody else. Like it's all.
I'm here for it though. I'm here for it. Are you not?
No, it's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. Carlos Boozer's kids are going to be like
better than Carlos Boozer.
They're both 5 stars. I think one of them was just the state's player of the year. Like they're pretty good at basketball.
Dude, growing up, and this is totally a childish thing, but like growing up, Carlos Boozer. I mean, we just make fun of his name all fucking the whole.
I just love.
You know what I never realized? How insane Albert Pujols' name is.
Albert Pujols
being named Albert is pretty wild.
Wow, I can't say his name.
It's a Pujol.
Oh.
Yeah. Somebody brought that up to me like when I was like
the second day in a row you brought up poo too.
When I was like 19, and I was like, wow, that is hilarious.
I've never thought about that.
I know, neither did I. So yeah.
Grow up.
I never thought of it until somebody pointed it out to me, but it pointed out to me.
I was going to make what I thought was a good point, but now I'm distracted by the pool hole.
Yeah,
okay, you do that. I'm going to make a good point, guys, and it's about Burrito Express. Okay?
Get it?
Get it in you.
Is that your good point?
This is probably.
It's great.
Yeah.
To quote Tony the Tiger, it's fucking great.
Guys, Tony the Tiger's a fraud.
Tony the Tiger didn't say that either. He said it's great. You just said it's great.
Burrito Express is
great.
Guys, I got locations.
It's more than good.
It's
great. I fucking love jingles.
Burrito Express has locations all over the valley, guys. They've also got some NIL deals with Arizona State athletes, Jazz Hill and Elijah Badger. So anytime you go get yourself a juicy burrito, you're supporting Arizona State athletes as well. While you're in line, waiting for your delicious burrito shouldn't take more than 5 minutes because they are speedy over at Burrito Express. Why don't you hop on the Twitter and you give them a follow at Burrito EXP.
Burrito Express is amazing, but everything tastes a little bit better when you're high.
This is true. I don't think you can deny that.
And the best way to get high is our friends over at OG's. They make the best scratch-made gummies in the state of Arizona. You done Hathman knew that, though. You done They got some for everybody. You know, they got their classic indica, sativa. They got microdose. They got their happy balance. They got the sleepy time gummies. They got it all. And then I got these value, or these variety packs coming where you can mix all the fruit flavors or mix all the cream flavors. You got peaches and cream and orange creamsicle and blackberries and cream all in one bag. It's a dream come true. They're the best. They're the best. Simply the best. And if you want to find them, you can find them at your local dispensary at ogsbrands.com. But you must be 21 or older to enjoy responsibly. That was an absolute clinic put on by me. It's the first time I think I've ever gotten through an ad read while having
All right.
That was an absolute clinic. How come every time you do good, you fucking
he's got
kiss
a
your own
pounce.
ass?
Well, I mean, I thought I was being self-deprecating there because usually I cannot focus during an ad read.
Oh, good job. We were just talking about, like, I didn't notice this, but I sent a tweet earlier today, and it said that I tweeted at 1:52 p.m. on May 12th, 2023 from Earth.
Hell yeah, dog.
I just didn't
Twitter's
know.
been doing that.
I didn't know that, like, there
That
were
sounds like some dumb meme shit that Elon did.
It's exactly what it is. It's been going on for like 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice it, but yeah, it seems completely.
Who's going to be the
unreal.
first person to send a tweet from Mars?
Elon.
You think? I don't know if he goes to Mars. I don't think he'd go to Mars.
He'll go to Mars eventually, but he won't be.
After he knows it's safe, he'll go to Mars.
I could see Elon being the first one to send a tweet from Mars because the 5 trips to Mars that they had taken previous to make sure it's safe, no one sent tweets. Like, he won't be the first one on Mars.
Bring the Dogecoin to Mars.
It'll be the official currency of his.
I'm Elon.
Is that how Elon talks?
Yeah. He's like methodical South African.
That's how he talks.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You never heard him talk?
No. I mean, I have, but I just don't really listen to what he says.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Grimes. Get my hair plugs.
Quentin?
No.
Yes.
Grimes.
Quentin Grimes.
No, not Quentin Grimes.
I saw something about Quentin Grimes
awesome
earlier.
crossover.
Quentin Grimes under on points. I saw that earlier today.
Today?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, thank you,
Quentin
Phoenix
Grimes,
Suns.
not hot.
No, not hot at all. Actually, the New York Knicks in general, not hot.
Let's go.
Including Julius Randle.
Heat hot.
Let's talk about hot or not, why don't we, since it's Friday. Leah, who's hot this week?
All right, this might be controversial.
I think it's Shane. Because of his
Well-
4-inch inseams.
Well, you just put that in my head, but
Sorry,
that hasn't
sorry.
happened yet. So,
You cannot
Put that in
confirm
my
if
head.
that's hot.
Who's
Shane and
hot?
4-inch inseams.
I said this is going to be controversial because it's a repeat, but
Why?
because he brought me nail clippers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's hot as hell.
It's
That's
when I
completely-
needed them.
It was
That's
a very
respectable.
strange text that I got this morning
Very
on my way
respectable.
out. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Nail clippers, all yours.
Fuck
Um,
it, nail clippers. Bow, bow, bow.
So
Sounds
thank
like a
you.
drop.
That earned you. Earned you being hot this
Let's
week.
go.
So.
Let's go.
All
What's topic numero uno?
All right, hot or not, I don't really know how to make this concise, but hot or not, like the way NFL teams release their schedules.
Oh, so it's so hot. It's so
fun.
hot.
Yeah.
Even when they're bad, it's
Hot
so
as
hot.
hell.
Like the Cardinals was terrible. And that
People
provided
shitting on the Cardinals. I didn't think it was bad. It just
Dude.
wasn't adventurous at all.
no.
Like,
It was bad.
I don't know. I kind of like
the graphic was bad.
I kind well,
The
yeah, again,
acting was bad.
It was uninspired.
It was shot poorly.
I just liked the phone falling. That part was fun. I like Kyler getting all up in it. Being
Look,
like, you good.
I didn't even watch
That
it
was funny to me.
after I saw the Chargers and the Titans because there wasn't any beating
Dude,
either
the
of
Titans
those.
was so
The Ravens
good.
had a good
The
one.
Titans was so
Look, I am
Well,
a schedule release elitist.
Well, I mean, you
Yeah,
literally
you
you
have
have
the
the
right
best
to be.
schedule
Yeah,
release.
no,
Like
it
it's
is
not
what
even
it is.
close. Speaking of, are you going to the D-backs game tomorrow? If somebody's going to the D-backs game tomorrow, I don't know if I'm going to be able to because I have a graduation party. I will pay you $20+ to get me the anime shirt.
Oh, but fuck, I want one.
How much are tickets?
Game time.
$17, right? There was some. I think you guys said that on.
yeah. Oh, that's tonight.
Jacob, do you have
Shit.
a plug? Would you be able to
Talk to
give me one?
Derek. Talk to Derek.
That's a Derek.
Yeah, that's a Derek
Yeah.
question. I'll talk to Derek.
Will in the chat. The Titans release was hilarious.
It was so
It
good.
was. It was really good.
William brings up a good point that Leah has not said Will's been hot once. This entire time we've been doing
He has yet to
Well,
say me.
if
on
they
that.
make the graphic for
we should do
William,
one for
then-
chat. Like 1 week, chat can be hot.
Yeah,
no, we
that'd be
need to
fun.
we need to single somebody out randomly.
No, it
What
would
was the
be,
original
but it would
question?
be fun to, you know how you can
That's
do
good
like
release.
it's like a wheel and you spin like over the course of the Friday episode. If you want in on hot or not, you enter your name and then I enter them, and then when it's time, we
Yeah, that
can
would be
do the
hot.
spin. That'd
That'd
be
be
fun.
hot.
Okay.
Including the chat, hot or not. Hot as hell.
We should make Jacob hot.
I was gonna. Oh, did you see the Falcons change their name to
Yes.
the
Yeah.
Fighting Stallions or whatever she said
The
in
Red
the video?
Stallions or
Yeah.
whatever it is. Yeah.
Look, the last thing I'll say, the Chargers obviously won the day with the Titans. That just the anime trolls were amazing.
They always are. They're
It's just
fantastic.
incredible. So yeah. Second
I will
top-
say, and although the video wasn't good, the what they did with the song titles earlier in the day, the Cardinals, where they
Oh,
each
yeah, that
opponent
was-
did
yeah,
song
that was
titles,
good.
that was pretty good.
There was one that I was like, ooh,
Yeah, I don't remember what it was from the Cardinals.
Yeah, I
yeah.
was
There
like,
was one where I was like, oh,
pretty far.
we're
What?
getting a little.
No, the Dak one wasn't bad.
No, that was I Fall Apart.
yeah, that was
just because they
the
always
Card-
fucking
yeah,
choke.
it's just the Cowboys.
I'll look through because
Dude,
there was
there's-
one. There was
yeah.
one that I saw, and
I
I
was
just
like,
like,
that's
oh,
controversial.
that was I forget what it was. Let me.
All right, Leah, next topic.
This
Sorry.
is not that bad, but doing the running back for Lamar was hilarious.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was so good.
Okay. Topic 2, hot or not? I don't know if I've done this one before, but hot or not, pickleball.
Pickles hot, ball hot. Pickleball not hot.
Okay.
Wait,
this is like
What?
F1 to me.
What?
Because I'm what?
Pickles hot,
She said he's making a stupid joke.
balls like in the form
Okay.
of like basketball.
Dude, you
football.
gotta stop.
Hot what?
You gotta stop.
I feel like I definitely needed to clarify.
The joke
Jacob
wasn't
is
fun.
shaking his
The
head.
joke wasn't funny the first time.
I wasn't making. I'm telling you that I think pickles are hot,
Dude, that's your
and the
okay.
athletic form of balls are also hot.
pickleball to me is like F1. Like you can like it and enjoy it. I know some people definitely like it, and it's fine. But a lot of people really enjoy it because it's a fad, and once you play it, it is fun. But just like it's just become kind of a trend, like to like pickleball. I don't know.
Amongst old people, maybe. I feel like
No,
our generation's not out.
My sister is a part owner in a pickleball facility.
Really?
Well,
Yes.
Wow.
It is not just among. There are professional pickleball leagues, like that tour now.
2 Americas.
But people
That's
enjoy
not
it. So
No, owning a pickleball court is certainly not America. Pickleball's a lot of fun. I don't know. Spending 40 minutes in a meeting talking about it hypothetically seems like a little bit of a stretch.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. I like it. Like it's pickleball's hot. It's an activity. I just like activities. I like something.
Activities are hot.
Yeah.
Activities are hot. I'll buy either one of your first drinks at the pool today if you could tell me why pickleball was trending on Twitter
Win.
today.
wait, we have to buy drinks.
You think you get
Why pickleball
I
was
know,
trending on
but it's
Why
because Tochi
pickleball
told
was
me
trending.
earlier.
Is it disgusting?
no.
Okay.
No, well, geez.
Because Justin Herbert was playing pickleball with
No.
whoa.
Whoa, who's he playing pickleball with?
I was probably talking about how DA is probably playing pickleball or some dumb shit.
No. Because Jamie Foxx was playing pickleball the other day. The report of him like being in critical condition was
Dude.
bullshit. And his daughter went on Instagram to say, "My dad's been out of the hospital for weeks recovering. He played pickleball yesterday."
People are so fucking stupid.
But that's a crazy reason why pickleball would be trending.
Yeah, it is.
People are so stupid.
No, I agree.
Pickleball hot.
Pickleball's
Jamie Foxx hot.
But don't push your trend on me. Like if
Don't
I don't
push your pickleball
don't
trend.
trend on me.
like
Don't trend on me.
it's the same. It's yeah. Don't trend on me. That I'm gonna
That
put that
feels
on
like
a shirt.
a topic
I'm gonna
for
put that on a
TPSP.
shirt.
Dude, that actually
That
does
goes crazy.
That does go.
You
crazy.
don't watch F1? Don't trend on me, dude. Don't trend on me.
Beautiful.
Final
All right,
topic.
final topic. Hot or not, lazy rivers.
Dude, if a single one of
Yeah.
you says not hot,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking fist fight you.
Yeah.
Lazy rivers
So
are
aggressive.
yeah, rightfully so. Lazy rivers are one of the greatest things ever invented.
Well,
It is a straight five.
Well. There are awful lazy rivers though.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yes, a
The idea
well
of a lazy-
executed lazy river, unbelievable.
I ever tell you about my snake lazy river story? I was
No.
in Disney World when I was a kid, and we were at Blizzard Beach, which has a great lazy river. Blizzard Beach, terrific water park
thought
in
you said
Disney World.
Blizzard
I
Beach.
That's
also
what I
have a
thought.
Blizzard Beach lazy river story.
That's crazy.
When you're done.
I have multiple Blizzard Beach stories.
Lazy
One of them
river
involves my
stories.
sister getting lost as
You
a
guys can
little
exchange
as a
your
little
Blizzard
little
Beach
girl.
Mine
Um,
also
I want a Blizzard now.
After the
involves
show.
me getting lost.
But my
How
crazy
do you guys
my,
get lost in a fucking lazy
well,
river?
my
It's
sister
a circle.
my sister got lost at the water park. I didn't get lost in the lazy
no,
river.
I got lost in the lazy
That's
river.
crazy. It is a circle. My crazy lazy river story was I was at Disney World. There's snakes in Florida, and there was a snake just floating in the lazy river, just swimming down, very busy. And so we're like,
busy.
"Hey, Mr. Lifeguard, sir, there's a snake in the lazy river," and he's like, "What color is it?" And he's like, "Yellow and black." Oh, do you know anything about snakes? Those are "do not fuck with me" colors for snakes. And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's not supposed to be there."
Like another colored snake is supposed to be there.
Well, yeah, right, yeah, exactly, exactly.
It's
And we're
right,
like-
the yellow
he's
and
like,
black
"Oh,
one. No,
good."
no.
Oh, he's like, "That's not supposed to be there." Well, and,
He's just like, yeah,
but he was
that's
super
Dale.
casual about it because like yellow and black means it's probably gonna fuck your day up. Like, it's not just like gonna bite you. It could be poisonous. He's like, "That's not supposed to be there," and then didn't do anything. And we're like, and then eventually someone came around, and it's at Blizzard Beach. If you know anything about it, it's like ski resort themed. So he just took one of the prop skis that was laying there and just picked it up and just yeeted the shit. And then we were just chilling from then on.
Dude, there was a
Great Blizzard, great lazy river though.
there was a lazy river at water park right next to my house, right next to my middle school that I always go to in the summer, and they had the best milkshakes of all time at the water park.
Ooh, dude, not hot. Having to eat or drink, do anything while wet.
Yeah,
hate it.
So I used to
doing anything while wet.
So I used to just down one of these like large, like 32-ounce milkshakes as a kid. Just down one in like 8 minutes, probably. Just going to town on the milkshake, and then immediately get in the lazy river and just my tummy would hurt so bad. Fast forward a year later.
I love how this story carries on over 365 days.
Well, actually, it was probably longer than a year. Fast forward X amount of time, the food place that served the milkshakes got shut down for health code violations.
Oh my god! Oh! It reminded me of another lazy river story at what time?
How many lazy river stories do you fucking have?
It was at a Six Flags back home. And like they have a bunch of water park rides, so you're sitting at the top of the water park ride, and you can look down
by the river.
Yeah, you can look down in the lazy river. And I remember being at the top of one of the rides, like one of either the toilet bowl ride, the cycle ride. You got to get up high for it. So I'm looking down, and I'm there with like my mom, and we're looking down, and we're like, that is a body. There was a body floating in the lazy river, and we're like, and it was a child, like a small child. We're like. And everyone's just like kind of not doing anything. We're like, there's a body in the river, like clearly a body floating in the river, and it was there for a little bit of time. We're like, what's going on?
You just tell a dead body story.
No, eventually we learned that it was a dummy, and it was like it was a test for the
you terrified me here.
The guard or for the lifeguard and stuff. You need to warn people about that, dog. I thought I saw a dead child, and I was a child, and I hated water. I was terrified.
They used to do so many drills. For lifeguards at the oh my god, it was the worst. I was like, bro, I'm literally, my tummy hurts, like I'm not trying to get out of the water, like just because 13-year-old Samantha needs to learn CPR, like I'm just, come on.
Are you CPR certified?
No.
I think I am.
I had to get CPR certified to work at the e-gaming center. Yeah.
What's e-gaming? Like online gaming?
Like esports?
Esports.
Oh, it is?
That's why I meant to say esports, but yeah, I mean same thing. Yeah, but yeah, esports.
Why? What'd you do there?
It was literally just like
did you ever have to resuscitate somebody?
It was just like playing too much League. It was like one of the people that sits at the front of the gym that like swipes the IDs, like just that. But at the esports center at Syracuse.
Dude, esports centers go crazy.
I didn't even have to get CPR certified when I was a security guard at the W. And I was like right by the pool the entire time. There's no lifeguard.
I mean, I think it was a university thing because technically I worked at the fitness center.
But I did have to get my food handler's license.
Guys, if you need resuscitation, call a professional. Okay. Not you, because you need resuscitation.
Thank you,
technically speaking, I am like obligated. I guess not legally, but I'm obligated to, like, if one of you goes down right now, like I have to perform CPR.
Okay. Well,
isn't it expired?
I don't think it's expired. I don't know when it expires. Maybe it is.
Shawn is obligated to give one of us mouth to mouth.
Even if we don't go down.
And I'm obligated to tell you Illegal Peach smacks.
Well, that's the line.
Goes crazy, guys. Stop in either their Tucson or Tempe locations for a house beer bucket for you
that's a Drake song.
And the whole crew. 5 pints for $15. Just quick
I have both
math
a desire
on that
and an obligation.
Is a pint for $3, guys. Soak up the sun with a loaded burrito and a crisp beer on the patio. Illegal Pete's, your go-to spot for burritos, buddies, beer, and in the case of an emergency, resuscitation.
I feel like
hopefully there's no
legally
emergency.
That's a joke.
Legally it's a joke?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm
legally,
sure.
Legally, we cannot guarantee, I guess.
Legally, we can't say that that's your go-to spot to get resuscitated.
No, I didn't say if you need
the hospital is your go-to spot.
Legally speaking.
No, that might be too late.
In need of an emergency.
Stop it.
No, in need of an emergency, contact 911. They will tell you what to do from there.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all you need to know.
Hey, Matt, never mind.
No.
Don't sniff gas.
In case of an emergency, contact 911. And in case of a fan gear emergency, you need some merch, head to foco.com.
Do it.
Best officially licensed gear for all sports and fandoms. It's baseball season, so you got to get your baseball gear. Or get ready for football season when it comes back. Foco's got it all for you. A bunch of our decorations you see here and our other sets came from Foco, so we appreciate y'all for hooking us up. And if you want to go to Foco, head to foco.com. That's FOCO.com and use code PHNX for 10% off all non-presale items.
Max sometimes looks at us like we are 3 dumb children.
Well,
because we are 3 dumb children.
We are.
Or at least we behave like it sometimes.
That's fair. Guys, if you enjoyed the content, Give us a follow at PHNX _ Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony _ Toadtree. You can follow Shane at Shane Deef. You can follow Shawn DePause at Shawn _ DePause.
CPR certified temporarily.
Guys, stay
Wow.
locked in because
Temporarily, as always.
As always, yeah.
the PHNX Sun show is about to resuscitate your love and or hatred for the Phoenix Suns. So stay locked in on YouTube. We're going to see you guys Monday, though. Until then, peace.